Yeah, welcome to STC 112 Inorganic Chemistry past questions and answers. That's what we are dealing with. And the question number 2A says, define mole of any chemical species with the following concepts. They said, define mole of any chemical species with the following concepts. They said number I, molar mass, I, Avogadro's number, I, gas molecular volume. Then B, I, calculate the mass of 0.2 mole of carbon atom. I, calculate the number of moles of iron atoms in 168 gram of iron. I, calculate the formula mass of MgXO4. Then the molar mass of carbon, molar mass of iron, molar mass of magnesium, molar mass of sulfur, and molar mass of oxygen. C said Nigeria has a mole of dollars in her foreign reserve and spends $1 million in a second. How many years will it take her to deplete her foreign reserve? To deplete their foreign reserve. Then that's the question. Let us start from question number 1. You remember what we said, that this is all about what? Inorganic chemistry. STC 112. Past question and answer. If you have not subscribed, if you are new to this channel, endeavor to subscribe. If you have subscribed, you will like and share. But if you have not subscribed, kindly subscribe and turn on your notification bell for more video on this. If you subscribe, you will get more video on this. Can we go to solution? We come to solution. Solution said I. This question number 2I said you should define mole of any chemical species with the following concept. We should define mole in terms of molar mass, define mole in terms of Avogadro's number, define mole in terms of gas molecular volume. That's what this question is all about. We should define mole in these 3 terms. Now we'll start from I. A mole of any chemical species is the molar mass of that species. A mole of any chemical species is the molar mass of that species. What do we mean by that? That is, and I say that is, 1 mole of Mg is equal to 24 gram molar mass of that Mg, which is magnesium. So when I said 1 mole of any chemical species is that molar mass of that species. We say that is 1 mole of example, example, 1 mole of magnesium is equal to 24 gram, which is molar mass of magnesium. I. Let us define mole in terms of Avogadro's number now. They said I come over here. They said define mole in terms of Avogadro's number. Then come down here to see the solution. We said a mole of any chemical species. A mole of any chemical species is the Avogadro's number. What is Avogadro's number? 6.02 times 10 raised to the power 23 of that species. We say full stop. For illustration more, we say that is 1 mole of sodium is equal to 6.02 times 10 raised to the power 23 atoms of sodium, or ions of sodium, or molecules of sodium, or particles of sodium. That's what we mean by Avogadro's number. So 1 mole of a substance is equal to the Avogadro's number of that what substance in terms of what atom, ions, or molecules or particles. So when I say that a mole of any chemical species is the Avogadro's number, which is 6.02 times 10 to the power 23 of that species. And when I say that is 1 mole of sodium is what? If I have 1 mole of sodium, that 1 mole of sodium contain that 1 mole, which we call 1 mole of sodium, contain 6.02 times 10 to the power 23 atoms or ions. If I'm talking about in terms of ion or molecule, just like when you want to go and buy beans, you say get me 1 penta of beans. That 1 penta of beans is 1 mole of beans. Then we can have 1 mole of rice. We can have 1 mole of gari. So 1 mole of gari contains 6.02 times 10 to the power 23 particles of gari or ions of gari or molecules of gari. So that's what we mean. That's 1 penta of gari or 1 penta of rice is what we call 1 mole, and it contains the particles of gari or particles of rice. If you count it, it will give you 6.02 times 10 to the power 23 of what atoms, or when we are talking about in terms of atom, or ion if we are talking about in terms of ion, or molecules. Then we'll come to I. They say we should what? Come over here. They say we should define mole in terms of gas molecular volume. When I say I, a mole of any chemical species is the gaseous molecular volume. Is the gaseous molecular volume of that species. We said a mole of any chemical species is the gas molecular volume of that species. That is 1 mole of H2, which is what? Hydrogen gas. H2G mean what? Hydrogen what? Gas. 1 mole of what? Hydrogen gas at STP, standard temperature pressure. And what? Standard temperature pressure is equal to 22.4 dm³. That's what we mean by what? Molecular volume. We said 1 mole of any chemical species is the gaseous molecular volume of that species. And that's our answer for this question number A. I and I. B. I. Question B. I. Calculate the mass of 0.2 mole of carbon atom. That's the question on number B. We say solution. We remember what we define mole as, because the question first said us we should define mole in terms of mass, in terms of Avogadro's, in terms of what? Molecular gas. And I come to this, since 1 mole of carbon is equal to 12 grams, we know that since 1 mole of carbon, which we have already noted in the definition we made, is equal to what? 12 grams of molar mass of that carbon. Then what will 0.2 mole will give me? That's the reference point. What Dixon is telling me is that 1 mole, look at this, 1 mole of what? C will give me what? 12 grams, which is what? Molar mass. Then what will what? 0.2 mole will give me of C will give me in what? Dash gram. And what is it going to be? It will be equal to what? This is my reference point. What is my reference point? My reference point is what I know, which I don't need anybody to tell me, which they now ask us to define. Look at what things we know. What I know is that 1 mole of any substance is equal to molar mass of that substance. Therefore, 1 mole of carbon is equal to molar mass of carbon in terms of gram, which is what? 12 grams. Then that's what I know. That's what my reference point is. Then my comparing value. What is my comparing value? My comparing value is the one they now ask me. They say calculate the mass of 0.2 0.2 mole of what? Carbon. That's my comparing man. So if this man can give me what? 12 grams, then what will my comparing value will what give me? Then note it now. My reference point will always divide. What did I say? My reference point will always what? Divide. That's what I said. That's what you needed to know. My reference point is always what? Divided. That's the only one that will divide. But how did I know my reference point? My reference point is what I don't even need anybody to tell me. That I needed to know it. That my what? 1 mole of a substance is equals to molar mass of that substance, and is equals to what? Avogadro's number of that substance, and is equals to again what we call what? Molar volume. Molar what? Volume of that substance at STP. And that's what they have asked us in a word definition, that we should define moles in terms of mass, molar mass, in terms of Avogadro's number, in terms of what? Molecular mass, gas molecular what? Gas what? Molecular volume, in terms of what? Molecular volume I need to say. Then when I said that 1 mole of a substance is giving me what? 1 mole of carbon give me 12, then what will what? 0.2 mole of carbon will give me. And I said it will give me what? 0.2 mole, which is my comparing value, divided by my what? My reference point. Look at my reference value. My reference value, which is what? 1 mole. So this 0.2 mole divided by 1 mole. 1 mole is my reference value. Times 12 grams. Are you saying that? Then we now say mole cancel mole. 0.2 divided by 1 will give me 0.2 times 12. And that will give me what? 2.4 grams. That means that 0.2 mole of carbon will give me 2.4 grams. Then we'll come back to B. They said BII say calculate the number of moles of iron atoms in 168 grams. Number of mole of what? Iron atoms in what? 168 grams of iron. We come back here. I still remember what I know. That since 1 molar mass of a iron, Fe is iron, which is giving me what? 56. They give us the what? The molar mass there in that question. 50 what? 6. This is equals to 1 mole of what? Iron. And I said, since 1 molar mass of what? Iron, which is 56, will give me what? 1 mole. Then what will what? 168 grams of iron will give me in terms of mole. And we now say, this is my reference point, right? 56 is my reference point. It will now divide my comparing value, which will say that 168 grams divided by 56 grams times 1 mole, which is my what? Reference value. Are you get what I'm saying now? My reference value divide my comparing value times my reference value. Look at it. Look at my reference value now, which is what? 56 what? Gram. Then my comparing value is this. This 56 will divide my what? Comparing value times my reference value. You get it right. So when I can see this will cancel, gram will cancel gram. Look at gram will cancel gram. Leave it with mole. This divide by this will give me 3 times 1 mole, and that give me 3 mole. So in simplicity, I cannot say that what? 56 grams of what? Iron. 56 grams of iron gives me what? 1 mole of what? Iron. Then what will what? 168 grams of what? Iron will what? Give me what? Dash what? Will give me dash what? Mole. Are you following now? And this is my what? Reference value in terms of gram. This is my comparing value in terms of gram. I want to say 168 gram divided by what? 56 what? Gram times what? 1 mole, which is my reference point. And I will say this cancel this. And when this do, give me 3 times what? 1 mole, and that give me what? 3 moles. That's what it gave me, 3 moles. And that's what you did here. B, question BIII. Calculate the formula mass of MgXO4. Then I open bracket telling me that carbon is 12, Mg is what? 24, sulfur is 32, oxygen is what? 16. We say solution. Formula mass, which we know as relative molecular mass. When we say formula mass, is the same thing as relative molecular mass of MgXO4, we now said how many Mg is here? 1. You will now say 1 times Mg. Then how many sulfur is here? 1. I have 1 times sulfur. How many oxygen is here? 4. I have 4 times oxygen. Did I come again? I want to calculate the molar mass of this man, molecular mass. I'll say how many Mg is here? It's only 1. We have 1 times Mg. Then how many sulfur, which is X is here? I have 1. 1 times sulfur. Then how many oxygen is here? 4 oxygen. I have 4 times what? O, which is oxygen. Then what is molar mass of what? Magnesium is 24. Plus molar mass of sulfur, which is what? 32. Plus 4 times molar mass of oxygen, which is what? 16. Look at this oxygen. I'll remove it and put what? 64. 16. Then I've removed the sulfur. Look at the sulfur here. I've removed it and put what? 32. I've removed what? Mg to put what? 24. Then 1 times 24 will give me 24. 1 times 32 will give me 32. 4 times 16 will give me 64. This plus this plus this will give me 120 gram. That means the relative or formula mass of what? MgXO4 is what? 120 gram. That's my what? Answer. Then I will come to question C. It said Nigeria has a mole of dollar. A mole of dollar in her foreign reserve and spend $1 million in a seconds. How many years will it take her to deplete her foreign reserve? How many years to what? Exhaust that what? Foreign reserve. He has 1 mole, and that 1 mole represents what? 6.02 times 10 raised to the power 23. That's in what? Avogadro's number. As we said, definition of Avogadro's number is 1 mole of any substance contain this. Then since it contains 1 mole of that dollar contain what? 6.02 times 10 raised to the power 23 naira. This dimension 1 mole. That 1 mole contains what? That I told you that 1 mole of beans contain what? 6.02 times 10 raised to the power what? 23 particles of what? Beans. So now we are talking about mole of dollar. Mole of dollar will contain what? 6.02 times 10 raised to the power what? 23 what? Naira or dollar. If we say what? Dollar. I cannot mention, look at dollar. I can change this to put what? Dollar. Look at it. I can put in a dollar. I get what I'm saying now because they mention in dollar. I don't need to what? Put naira. They say in dollar. I have to put dollar sign and this is dollar. Are you following now? I put what? Dollar. That's the dollar what? Sign. That means that what? 1 mole of dollar contain what? 6.02 times 10 raised to the power what? 23 what? Dollar. Then Nigeria was spending $1 million. And what is 1 million? 1 million is what? 1,000,000 up to 6. How many 0? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 0. And I can write this 1 million as 1.0 times 10 raised to the power what? 6. And that's 1 million. 1.0 times 10 raised to the power what? 1 what? Times 10 raised to the power what? 6 is 1 million. And that's giving $1 million. Look at $1 million here. So this man divided by $1 million times in a day, in a seconds, I have in 60 minutes, give me what? 1 minute, give me 60 seconds. In 1 minute, I have what? 60 seconds. Times in 1 hour, which give me what? 60 minutes. 1 hour will give me what? 60 minutes. 1 minute will give me 60 seconds. And 1 hour times 1 hour will give me what? 60 minutes. Times a day, 1 day. 1 day. 1 day will give me what? 24 hours. Times 1 year will give me 365 days. Make 1 year. Have you seen what I did? I said this divided by what? $1 million times 1 minute in a minute. In a minute I spend that money. That means I will have 60 seconds in that minute. Times in hour I spend that money. I will have what? 60 minutes. Then times 1 day Nigeria spend that money, we have what? 24 hours. Times 1 year Nigeria spend that money, you have what? 365 days. Then multiply 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 will give me 1. And 1 times this will give me that. So have you seen it? What I did here? Then use this 1 million times 60 times 60 again times 24 times 365. That will give me this. That's how I get this. So this man times 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 will give me the same man. Will give me 6.02 times 10 raised to the power 23. Then 1 million times 60 times 60 again times 24 times 365 will give me 3.1536 times 10 raised to the power what? 13. And when you divide this by this with your calculator, and how do you divide this with your calculator? If you have your calculator, you will now follow me on press 6, press point, press 0, press 2, press shift in your log. If you press shift in your calculator, then you press log. If you press log now, you will see small 10, then press 23. Start again. How will you do this in your calculator? You press what? Open bracket. Have you put open bracket with me? Press 6. Have you pressed 6? Press point, press 0, press 2, press what? Shift. Have you pressed shift? Then press log. You will see 10 like this. Press 23. Are you get what I'm saying? Close the bracket. Then press divide. Have you pressed divide? Then open bracket again. Then what will you press? You press 3.1 and you press what? 5. You press what? 3. Press 6. Then after you have pressed this 6, press shift. When you press shift, press log. You will see 10 like this. Then press 13. You press 13. Close the bracket. Press equals to. Then it will give you this. And what does it give you? He will give you 1.9089 times 10 raised to the power what? 10 years. That's what it will take Nigeria to suck this money, which if they are spending $1, if they are spending $1 million per what? Seconds. If they are spending what? $1 million per seconds. That means in a seconds, in the 60 seconds, I have 1 minute. That's why I studied from seconds. They said if they spend it in a seconds. So in the 60 seconds, I have 1 minute. Then in what? 60 minutes, I have 1 hour. Times in 24 hours, I have a day. In 360 days, I have 1 year. That's what makes us to start from what? Seconds. So now, we're going to have, they will spend 1.9089 times 10 raised to the power what? 10 years. Then I say approximately, I want to put this in 2 decimal places. And I have 1.91 times 10 raised to the power what? 10 years as my answer. That's what approximation, what sign. That I'm approximating this in 2 decimal places. Look at 2 decimal places. That's what I approximate it to. This is the answer. This is also answer in approximation. And that's all about the question they ask us on this thing. Thank you.